This is the South Shore Morning Tour on 95.9 WATD. Now, from outside the gazebo near the bathing beach on Route 3A in Hingham, here's Rob Hakala and Lisa Azizian.
And good Friday morning. Yeah, here we are, ready to kick things off. The rain won't stop us.
Yes, little rain actually feels really good. What
refreshing.
a view we have today.
Plants certainly can use it. That's what we're hearing. Yeah, absolutely. You can look here that, a lot of the lawns need some water, so we understand that. But, hey, yeah, what a view this morning, Lisa. This is pretty amazing here as we wake up and kind of get ready to start the day and kick off the weekend. And that's what we do on the final Friday of every month. It's the South Shore Morning Tour, and we're highlighting the town of Hingham this morning.
Do you think anyone's asleep out there on those boats? Are we waking those folks up? Good morning, boaters out there off of the Hingham Bathing Beach here in Hingham. We're just so easy to find. Route 3A, as you're coming up maybe from Cohasset or Scituate or Hull, Hingham, heading to work, pop on by. You'll see our big tent. We're right there. We're actually in the gazebo or under the gazebo this morning. And you can come on by and grab that cup of coffee, spin that prize wheel, grab a bottle of water from Simpson Springs, coffee from Mary Lou's, the Coastal Heritage Bank prize wheel. It needs a little activity, needs a little love today. Come on down. We've got a lot of great prizes on that prize wheel.
Yeah, everything is exactly set up for you, so come on down. We want to see you down here as we highlight the wonderful town of Hingham. This hour of the tour is brought to us by the committee to elect Anthony O'Brien Sr. He is here. You can meet Anthony O'Brien until 7 o'clock here at the gazebo at the Bathing Beach in Hingham. Find out why Anthony O'Brien says he's the best candidate for Plymouth County Commissioner. For more, visit electobrien.org. Anthony O'Brien, thanks for sponsoring the 6 o'clock hour of the tour here in Hingham. All right, Lisa, throughout the morning we're going to be, of course, learning a lot about the history of the town of Hingham. We're going to be chatting about that in this hour. Later on, we'll be chatting with the selectmen of Hingham coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. I know in the 8 o'clock hour we have our chief chat, we call it, where we have the police and fire chief of Hingham joining us. And in the 9 o'clock hour, we'll be chatting with the superintendent, get a look at the school system. As, yes, we're in July, but we'll take a look at where we've been and where we're headed for the public school system here in the town of Hingham.
And during that 9 o'clock hour also we'll be chatting with the Friends of the Hingham Farmers Market. We happen to be right on their turf today, so we thought, hey, listen, let's bring them down here today too to talk about the market that's on Saturdays here in Hingham.
All right, don't forget the Mary Lou's coffee is being set up right now. We're going to be doing that, so come on down and get that free cup of coffee on your way to work. I want to say hi to Bear. Bear is out there this morning.
Yay!
One of our loyal road reporters. Bear, what he does is he typically calls WATD anytime the Fall River Bridge is going to be going up. That's one of the things he does. He's also a great singer, by the way, as well. Isn't that true, Bear? I know he wouldn't say it's Hingham Cabaret. Right, Bear? Yeah, come on up here, Bear, if you want. We'll say hi to Bear this morning. He's one of our loyal early bird listeners. In fact, he was here before I pulled in this morning coming over from Broadcast House. But let's say hi to Bear. He's one of the early 6 o'clock hour listeners with us this morning here in 95.9 WATD. And I know, Bear, are you from the town of Hingham?
Yeah, I live in town of Hingham right now.
Well, it is I've only had a chance to speak with Bear on the phone for all these years, but today I actually got a bear hug from Bear. It was really great to meet you in person.
Really great to meet you too after all these years. I've been with WATD probably for 10 years, doing the Fall River Bridge, and plus I work in and out of Boston all the time, so I get to do a lot of...
All right, we have Bear, if you could, Lisa, if you could have him just on that microphone, that'd be great, just to check in with Bear. So, Bear, tell us again, you're from the town of Hingham, and tell us a little bit about yourself and why you came out so early today.
Well, I live in the town of Hingham, and you guys know I've been with WATD for about 10 years now, and I do your bridge report when the bridge is going up, and I'm in and out of Boston every day, so when anything happens there, I give you guys a call, especially if the expressway or the highway's all bottled up, which it usually is sometimes.
Well, but, we appreciate that a lot, absolutely, for helping us out.
Well, that's fine. You're a great radio station. I mean, you're the eyes and the ears of the South Shore. a lot of people here depend on you for a lot of things besides the weather, the sports. I know a lot of the kids like to hear their name and they get to be interviewed, and it makes it worthwhile for their career and the short span that they have in playing sports in the area. And you guys are always good enough for all the community services, the cabaret show that we do every year, which you've been a part of for 26 years. You know, you guys are always available to let me get on air and do a little advertising for that, plus any other social events that are going on. You guys are right there for the community, and I know everybody in the South Shore appreciates that.
Well, Bear, thank you so much. And for those in Hingham, we certainly want to show some Hingham pride for coming out today. And if they're not in the area, people should stop by. This is Route 3A in Hingham, right near the bathing beach, right next to it.
Right near it. Just come right on down. It's actually, with a little bit of rain, it's a beautiful day. The harbor looks great. And they've got the prize wheel all set up. I only lost $50 on it so far.
But wait a minute!
You might be able to win something. I didn't have so much luck. I kept picking the wrong color. But anyways, come on down. These people are great. They've been with the South Shore for a long time. I know Ed's a great guy. I love sitting talking with him and sitting in his office and looking at all the nostalgia. Every time I go in there, I find something new. Still won't sell me the Elvis picture, though. But anyways, come on down. All my friends that are in Hingham and around the surrounding areas, come on down and support a great radio station.
Thanks, Bear.
Thanks, Bear.
It's what's new now. The South Shore's Morning News with Rob and Lisa on 95.9 WATD.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour.
And we are coming to you from Hingham. Good morning, everybody. Sports, quick update. It was a loss for the Red Sox, 2-1 over the Angels last night in California. Sox and Angels tonight at 10:05. This hour of the Morning Tour is sponsored by the committee to elect Anthony O'Brien. County Commissioner, AnthonyO'Brien.com. He'll be with us next half hour. But right now, Lisa, we're going to learn a lot more about, well, as much as we can fit in this segment. They'll be back, though. We're going to learn a lot more about the history in Hingham. And if you think there is not a lack of it here in this town, right? Isn't that correct?
I know, it's so true. When I first contacted the Hingham Historical Society, they said, "What kind of questions will you ask?" And I said, "I don't know where to start, but we'll take a start today. We'll start with Michael Achille and Jerry Duff. Both are here with us this morning from the Hingham Historical Society. We're so glad you're here, not just for this half hour, but the next half hour as well, since there's a lot of ground to cover. Michael and Jerry, good morning.
Good morning.
So where do you want to start? I mean, can we talk a little bit about this area that we're at right now, the Hingham Bathing Beach?
What a loaded question. Hingham was settled in 1633. Do you want me to start there?
Okay. Sure.
I can take you up to about 1980, and then I lose it because I don't know my neighbors. I know about the old people.
The old people.
No, we're pretty close to where the first ship landed in Hingham. There were random fishermen and hunters in the area. The Hingham plantation, people came over. Reverend Hobart brought the first boatload. And there's a marker up on the end of North Street where he actually landed, because there's a lot of filled land around here. You're sitting on filled land.
Ah, okay.
And then they built their houses, they had their farms, they did shipping and fishing, and they just kept on going. And it's been a lot of fun.
Wow. And talk about Bear Cove. Was it originally called Bear Cove, Hingham?
Yes, originally called Bear Cove. Not B-E-A-R, but B-A-R-E, as people often confuse.
Yeah, they think, wow, there must have been a lot of bears.
Yeah, so yes.
Not that bear.
Not a cove full of bears, but quite literally a bear cove, which they stumbled across. Yes, and so it was Bear Cove from 1633 until 1635, until Massachusetts formally incorporated it as the town of Hingham, named after Hingham, England, where the majority of the first settlers emigrated from. So, yes.
Wow. Okay. So I think one of the things that I think about when I think about Hingham is also the driving in on 228, all of those houses, the antique houses. Is it true it's one of the country's largest collection of surviving antique homes?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the country's largest surviving collection of 17th and 18th century architecture. And so, I mean, when it comes to talking about architectural resources, it's just unprecedented in the country. And there's a reason that Eleanor Roosevelt in 1942 called it the most beautiful main street in America, and there's the reason why, is because the architecture that exists on that street.
It was Eleanor Roosevelt who said that. Yeah, and you drive down, and it just, you could almost imagine, I mean, it's still beautiful, but you almost imagine what it was like, too, going back maybe before even electricity, how beautiful it just must have looked with just the natural lighting.
Most definitely, and you used to have the elm trees which line the street, which just really, elevated the beauty, which unfortunately aren't there anymore, but still is, just aesthetically a beautiful street.
We're chatting this morning with Michael Achille and Jerry Duff from the Hingham Historical Society. There's a lot more that we're going to get to, and we're going to do that.
They're going to be back?
They're coming back. They're sticking around. They're going to grab a cup of coffee, maybe spin the prize wheel.
Coffee cake from Mary Lou's, too.
Yeah, a bottle of Simpson Spring water if you'd like. But we're so glad that you're with us because we have a lot more ground to cover. And Jerry and Michael will be back with us in the next half hour. And we're really glad you're here with us to kick off the morning. Thank you both.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour on 95.9 WATD. Now, from outside the gazebo near the bathing beach on Route 3A in Hingham, here's Rob Hakala and Lisa Azizian.
Well, a good Friday morning. Oh, boy. Yeah, here we are coming to you from the gazebo here on Route 3A. Near the bathing beach, not too far from Stars, on Route 3A in beautiful Hingham. This is the South Shore Morning Tour. We do it on the final Friday of every month. We're highlighting all morning long the town of Hingham. It is a great town, no doubt, here in this wonderful place we call the South Shore. Free coffee from Mary Lou's Coffee. We're enjoying that right now. Coffee cake as well. Simpson Spring bottled water, and spin the Coastal Heritage Bank prize wheel. Spin and you will be a winner, guaranteed. This hour of the tour is sponsored by the committee to elect Anthony O'Brien Sr. You can stop by and meet the actual Anthony O'Brien Sr. You've heard about him. Now you can meet him in person. You think he's exciting on the radio. Imagine how exciting this guy is to actually meet face-to-face.
Stop it.
He'll be here until 7 here at the gazebo. ElectO'Brien.org. He's running for Plymouth County Commissioner. Anthony, good morning.
Good morning, Rob and Lisa. Thanks for having me. I'll be here beyond 7. I'm going to stay for a little while.
All right, stick around as long as you want. We were happy to have you. Isn't this great to be in Hingham this morning?
Love Hingham. You know what? I'm a regional candidate, and I'm a regional guy in many of the things I do. My nonprofits, my business offices, etc. And you hate to say, what's your favorite? You can't do that. You guys can't either, right?
Yeah, what's your favorite town?
Hingham, trust me, Hingham's got a special place in my heart. For many, many personal and professional reasons, it's a very, very special place. And this venue, the beach on one side, the traffic on the other side, it's really, really fantastic. Great job.
All right, well, Anthony, welcome. We know you're running for Plymouth County Commissioner, a lifelong conservative leader and a fighter for taxpayers, and you love to get results for the people. So tell us, who is Anthony O'Brien?
Anthony O'Brien. I'm a office manager at the VA hospital in Brockton, not far away. A business owner, a longtime volunteer with many charities. I'm a former U.S. Navy SEAL Lieutenant Commander. Also served on my town advisory finance committee, so I've got a lot of government experience. And also, of course, husband of beautiful wife Stacy, and dad of 2 gorgeous kids. Lucky there, many blessings, and of course Lisa and I love sharing stories about our
playground.
She has 2, I have 2.
Stories and pictures.
I'm jealous of her though. She's got the girl. I want a girl.
Well, you got 2 healthy boys. In fact, I saw one of them. Thanks for coming out to for our Gerard Farm Ice Cream Day. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, they do a great job there. You guys are everywhere. So
yeah, no, we try to be everywhere, just as you are as well. So, all right, County Commissioner, again, that's we know it's something we see when we go to vote, but a lot of people sometimes still, even today, don't know as much about their own. We have a county government. We're in Plymouth County. So what is a County Commissioner? What do you do?
The County Commissioner manages the personnel, budget, and facility issues in county government, including the courthouses, and of course one of them, of the few, 27 towns in Plymouth County, one of them is here in Hingham. Another reason why Hingham's special for me, and then also manage the Registry of Deeds and some other departments. And Plymouth County is 27 municipalities from Brockton to Hingham, to Plymouth to Mattapoisett, and although Massasoit Community College is a wonderful place, and that's kind of like, those are like the 4 corners of Plymouth County. I mean, a lot of folks don't know the county boundaries, and that's understandable.
Yeah.
What is it about this role that appeals to you?
It's a really, really good question. You know what? It has so much potential. It's really not achieving as much potential as it could. I mean, how many of us do? I mean, that's one of our life's goals, is to achieve our potential, maximize our contribution. That's one of the reasons why I'm running. I want to increase customer service, increase government efficiency. But I think there's so much that county government can do. And I understand that there's a lot of naysayers out there about county government, and those are fair arguments too, and I love getting in those discussions when I'm on the campaign trail. I'm a hardworking candidate, so I get in a lot of those discussions and love the give and take of it.
All right, we are here at the gazebo on Route 3A in Hingham there. Nice to see people driving by there, beeping. Pop on in if you can today. There you go. Anthony O'Brien is waving to you. Okay, Anthony O'Brien, there are going to be other people on the ballot, so let's be honest here. There's a lot of names. We're wondering, okay, Anthony O'Brien, why should we pick you? What do you think your advantages are? Why can you do it better? You've got a record of doing this?
Absolutely. Well, I've got, since the commissioner manages personnel budget and facility issues, I've been doing that for 20 years as an executive and a manager. I've got a lot of experience, including as county commissioner. I was in the office from 2009 to 2013. I did not run for re-election at that time because I had made a term limit promise, and I honored that promise.
You stuck to your word. Yeah, because a lot of people would just keep going.
Always a good idea.
Well, I know, but some people they get comfortable. We've heard it before. Other people
that's
say,
true. Yeah,
I'm gonna do 2 terms and then I'm out. And then you get excited and say, hey, you know what? I kind of like the benefits and the pay. I'm gonna stick around. But you decided to step away, and now you decided to. Well, why again specifically did you want to come back to this position then? Why now?
I've got a lot of experience in the in both government and this particular position. When I was there, I led a team effort to cut the budget 4 years in a row, which is pretty rare. We also increased services, and I also was fighting for tax decreases at the same time, which is very difficult to do, but we were able to accomplish all of that. Also, I was blessed to have the opportunity to direct a federal program that created hundreds of jobs and increased revenue to towns all over Plymouth County. So I'm very, very proud of that. I'm the interesting combination of an experienced outsider. I can work across the aisle, but I was blessed to be able to get some results and be an agent for change, and I want to be able to do that again because a lot of folks say we need that again.
For those folks hearing you right now and they say, well, I've got some more questions or I want to learn more about you, what is the best way to do that? Can they call you? Can they go onto a website or what?
Absolutely. Please call my cell phone anytime. I'm all over the internet. If you look me up, all over Facebook. We all are, of course. And all into the social media websites. So the best place to start is my name, AnthonyO'Brien.com. I was lucky to get that.
Yeah, wow.
When I lived in Marshfield a few years ago, there were actually 3 Anthony O'Briens in the town of Marshfield. Yeah, I think there were 3 in Plymouth County, and we were all in Marshfield.
Oh, wow.
AnthonyO'Brien.com is the... How many Rob Hacklers are there?
Well, believe it or not, I think there's one other in the area. Well, because people kept me confused. I think there's a guy down in Plymouth. But, okay, is it AnthonyO'Brien.com?
Yes,
or is it okay.
It's .com.
Okay,
yep.
all right. So check it out and find out more about Anthony O'Brien. He's going to be here, though.
Awesome.
He'd prefer to meet you in person. He's going to stick around. He sponsors our 6 o'clock hour. He'll be here till after 7 o'clock. We're going to see you in studio, Anthony, for some debates coming up.
Looking forward to it. Love WATD. Big
Christine
fans.
James says she's ready for you.
Ring the bell, ring the bell. Yeah!
In fact, they said they named the bell after you. Isn't that amazing? All right. Anthony,
don't get too excited. It's broken.
We'll see you back in, Anthony.
I need to get a picture.
All right. 6:49. Anthony, thanks for coming in.
It's what's new now. The South Shore's Morning News with Rob and Lisa on 95.9 WATD.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour.
And good morning. It is 6:55 coming to you from the gazebo, and we're going to talk more about the history of this wonderful town of Hingham. And Lisa is easy, and we got a couple of people here who are just filled with Hingham history.
Filled with Hingham history. Well, they know it so well. We're talking with Jerry Duff this morning and Michael Achille from the Historical Society. And off air, we were talking about some of the great stories that Jerry was sharing with us about.
Oh, can we share these on air?
Yeah, they are safer on air.
Well, just want to make sure first.
Jerry, you were telling me about the man on the train.
Oh, that was a fun story. In the early years in Hingham, the commuter train from Boston to Plymouth would stop at Hingham Square. A lot of the businessmen would get off. Horse and carriage would take them to their homes up on Upper Main Street. So this businessman fell asleep on the train, went all the way down to Greenbush in Situate, and there was no way for him to get home. So he slept on the train. That night, the train took him back to Boston. He went into his office, cleaned up in the office bathroom, came home the next day, and his wife met him at the train with her horse and carriage because she refused to go out at night driving her horse and carriage.
Wow, that is a great story. Because you think about it, I mean, there are no pay phones, there are no phones to contact at all. So what do? You sleep on the train, of course, right? What else are you supposed to do?
That's right.
I don't know if the MBTA would allow that today.
So Hingham had their own version of Charlie.
That's pretty good. That's a great story. That is a great story.
Jerry,
There's so many.
I've learned Jerry is the type of person you want at your cocktail party or any party. So many amazing stories.
The more coffee, the more I talk. But that Mary Lou stuff is really good.
Thank you.
What else, Jerry? What other story do you want to share?
Oh, well, the bandstand you're in.
Yes.
This is not the original. The original was built in 1966. Herbert Cole was a superintendent of highways. He looked around. He's taking care of the highways. We said, we've got to give a little more back to the town. He had his workers build the first bandstand. Walter Reynolds, who was working for them at the time, made a lot of the pieces in his own home and brought them into work. They put together a small bandstand that only held 4 people in the band.
Oh.
They put it on a flatbed truck and put a little bit of a group to look like they're listening to the music. They put a 4-piece banjo band on the gazebo and ran it through the 4th of July parade. After the parade, they set it up down here on this land. The new one's on now. And after that, the first band concert was done by the Situate Band, and they had lots and lots of concerts until it wore out. And then Herbie had this taken back to the Highway Department, and this new one built. So we can thank Herbie Cole for the bandstand.
Yeah. Wow. I mean,
the larger, both of them.
Thank goodness it's larger. We would not be fitting on here today.
Any things, I know we're quickly running out of time, any things that are in Hingham that people from the area should really check out or see, or you would recommend? You got to check out this.
What about the Heritage Museum itself at Old Derby Academy?
Well, I mean, Derby Academy is certainly a focal point of the downtown area, and that's why, I mean, we acquired the building actually 50 years ago this year for our headquarters. The Historical Society acquired the building in 1966 and held one of their first meetings in the building in November of that year, which is fitting that the Heritage Museum should be opening sometime in October.
Okay.
After years of effort to try and turn the building into an appropriate space to house the collection which the Society maintains. Yeah, I mean, for everyone, and that's the point, is to provide access to the community.
If you want someone to get involved or learn more, where can they go, Michael?
They can go to our website, hinghamhistoricalsociety.org, and they can reach out to either myself directly or our current director, Suzanne Buchanan, and we're happy to get anyone involved. I mean, we have a slew of dedicated volunteers who work every single week, Jerry included, to make sure the collection is up to speed and ready for the community to use.
6:59 WATD.
Thanks, Michael Achille and Jerry Duff from Hingham Historical Society. Appreciate your time.
It's what's new now. The South Shore's Morning News with Rob and Lisa on 95.9 WATD.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour.
Well, good morning, everybody. We are back. It is the 7 o'clock hour, and we're coming to you from beautiful Hingham. This is the South Shore Morning Tour. In fact, we're right here at the gazebo. I'd say this is more of a cozy tour, Lisa, here on Route 3. It feels very cozy underneath here, but this is great.
It does.
Really nice. You took a great photo, by the way, there. I just saw on Facebook. Wonderful shot here at near the bathing beach. We've got the ocean out there. We're at the gazebo on Route 3A in Hingham. We would love for you to see us today. Come on by. But we got a lot of free stuff to give away. Lisa, tell us about all the great free stuff that people can get.
Oh, the prizes? The prizes are fantastic. First of all, there's a lot of tickets on the prize wheel. So tickets for great events like Bob Marley coming to Plymouth Memorial Hall August 13th. Get your tickets online at bmarley.com. Actually, Friday night, tonight, you can see Johnny Drama. And tomorrow night, you can head to the conservatory. They're in Hingham, by the way, the South Shore Conservatory, not far from here. We were earlier talking about Bear Cove. They are right next to Bear Cove Park. They've got a concert tomorrow night, and a lot of great prizes too. Gift certificates to Dave and Buster's, Legal Sea Bar over there at Derby Street,
Joseph's Garage.
Yeah, that's right. Also the Quarry Restaurant in Hingham, Marshfield Famous,
and just some of the great things.
Yeah, a lot of great. Oh, and of course all the great WATD swag as well.
Absolutely. So come on down. We got the Coastal Heritage Prize Wheel. We got the Simpson Spring bottled water. Plenty of that for you to take. It's all free. And the Coastal Heritage Prize Wheel, again, spin and win, and then Mary Lou's coffee and the coffee cake is just absolutely delicious. So come on down. We're going to be here till 10 o'clock today.
And when you come to grab your bottle of water, don't forget to put your name in for this amazing raffle we've got today. It's for a Mixed Media Workshop Week at Clay Chick in Plymouth. That is just outstanding. It's good for kids ages 6 and older, and it is a lot of fun. Dress for a mess is what Chicky says. So I actually feel like I always dress for a mess, just in case. But I have little kids, so make sure you put your name in for that as well.
Thank you, Lisa. This hour of the tour is sponsored by the Ophthalmic Consultants of Boston. We want to thank Ophthalmic Consultants of Boston, OCB. In fact, you'll have a chance to meet Dr. Ney, who is with us right now. Dr. Joshua Ney will be here until 8 o'clock this morning here at the gazebo at the Bathing Beach in Hingham. You can find out more online at eyeboston.com. All right, well, let's chat with Dr. Joshua Ney from Ophthalmic Consultants of Boston. He is joining us right now in the 7 o'clock hour, and he has brought his wonderful son, Emmett, who I'm not sure. How old is Emmett?
How old are you, buddy?
5.
5 years old. Oh, that's great. Dr. Ney, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, great to have you back. Good to see you, and thanks again to OCB for sponsoring our tour. You guys are just a great partner, and we really love the South Shore, and I know you guys do as well. So let's talk about, why don't you tell us first a little bit about yourself and your specialty?
Well, so I've been practicing with Ophthalmic Consultants of Boston for 3 years now, and I specialize in glaucoma treatment and the treatment of cataract as well. And I completely agree. It's a great practice. It's been a pleasure working for them, and particularly just able to serve the South Shore and the South Coast with just a team of great eye specialists and nice surgical centers. So it's been a pleasure to practice here.
Well, let's talk about what is, because I know you specialize in dealing with glaucoma, but maybe there's a lot of us here, we haven't thought about that yet. Maybe we've heard about it. What exactly is it?
So glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness in this country, and it's kind of a difficult condition for patients to really recognize that they have. It's a silent condition. It's something that can cause a tremendous amount of vision loss without a patient really being aware of it. And so it's a tough condition and definitely requires good screening by an eye care specialist to identify.
What are some of the risk factors involved?
Yeah, so probably one of the biggest risk factors I'd like everyone to know about is that family history is a big deal. So if you have a family member, a parent, or a sibling with glaucoma, definitely important to get in, to get an eye appointment, get a full comprehensive eye exam to make sure that you're not at risk.
Again, family history, right? Those are one of those conditions then you have to worry about. If it is in the family, then you should get, what should you do then?
Are there certain symptoms that might give us an indication?
Yeah, and that's a great question. And I think the tough thing with glaucoma is oftentimes there aren't any symptoms. So if you have an aunt or a mother or father or sibling that has glaucoma and you're not aware of whether or not you have it, just get an eye appointment, get a quick check. And really, with that first initial visit, your eye specialist will be able to tell a lot about your eye health, in particular as it pertains to glaucoma.
All right, so what are some of the other ways that we can treat it? We have it, we've been diagnosed. How do we go through? What is the process? What can be done?
Yeah, so the mainstay of treatment is to lower your eye pressure, and the way that's typically accomplished is with daily eye drops. So folks with glaucoma oftentimes are taking a medication every day in the form of an eye drop, and usually that really gets the job done. For those that require a little bit more, there's a variety of laser treatments, and then if you need it, surgery for.
All right, so you mentioned laser. Is that one of the newer? What are some of the new technologies?
Yeah, so there are a lot of great safer techniques being developed. Laser is one of them, and some micro-invasive, so minimally invasive surgical approaches that are being developed. Every year something new comes out that's safe for patients, that can protect their eyes going forward from glaucoma. So there's a lot of exciting stuff around the corner, too, every year.
I'm someone that wears contacts and glasses, and I know that I see my doctor at least every 2 years, but if you have glaucoma or a chance that you might, are the visits more frequently than every year or two?
No, absolutely. And depending on the severity of the condition, you can see your eye doctor even every 3 months, if not even more frequently. But getting that initial visit just to rule it in or out is important, and then your eye care specialists determine how closely you need to be followed up after that.
Okay.
We're chatting with Dr. Joshua Ney of Ophthalmic Consultants of Boston, eyeboston.com. We should mention, by the way, the great thing about it, Dr. Ney, is that people listening this morning, maybe they're starting to, maybe it is in their family, or maybe they know someone, or maybe it is themselves. The good thing about it is there's no need to travel to Boston, because you have a state-of-the-art surgical center in the town of Plymouth here on the South Shore, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And I know that's like the biggest factor, contributing factor why patients are so happy to come and see us, because it's so challenging for a lot of folks to drive into Boston, but they can get exceptional care kind of right in their backyard, which we're happy to provide. So,
all right, and that's on 146 Industrial Park Road, the corner of Commerce Way and Industrial Park Road, EYEBoston.com to check it out. Again, the state-of-the-art surgical center in Plymouth. And you're right, so many people, Lisa, and you know this as well, from having to even take your parents sometimes into Boston.
That's right.
Sometimes you have to, but if you don't have to, imagine how convenient that can be and a relief just as far as basically their quality of life.
Quality of life is so true, especially if there is something that you're worried about. You have a little anxiety over, well, what might happen at this appointment, or what's going on as I'm aging. This is one less stress to have, is the travel to Boston, and that's a beautiful thing.
Dr. Joshua Ney is going to be here till 8. He'd love to answer your questions in person if you want to come by. Sharon is staffing the Ophthalmic Consultants of Boston table.
Yay, Sharon.
We got some of those great OCB little bags here to take away. So, again, lots of free stuff here at the gazebo on Route 3A in Hingham. We would love to see you. Dr. Joshua Ney, thank you so much for being with us.
my pleasure. Thank you for having me. It's fun.
And, of course, let's say goodbye to little 5-year-old Emmett, Dr. Ney's son.
Say bye.
Bye.
Oh, you having fun? Did he spin the wheel yet? Did you go over and spin that wheel?
No.
No, go over and spin that prize wheel. Win something.
All right, let's go do it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, WATD time is coming up to 7:19. We check traffic and weather every 10 minutes on the 9s on your ride to work. We're coming to you from Route 3A in Hingham. This is the South Shore Morning Tour. We would love to see you here today as we are out on the South Shore. All right, Malcolm Alter, WATD Traffic Center at 7:19. Good morning to you, Malcolm.
And good morning to you, Rob. And it's Friday. You know what that means?
Oh, Friday means it's time for the stretch.
Yes. All right, everybody. What are we doing now?
I don't know.
Okay. So who have you got there?
We have got Larry Nelson and Ryan Stanton from our engineering departments. We've got Joyce and Sandy from our sales departments. We've got Dr. Joshua Ney from OCB. We've got Mariel Reed. We've got Lisa Zizian.
This is one of the few times we're going to outnumber the traffic team.
Yeah, we can outnumber the traffic team today. It's great.
And of course, we have David back at the studio.
David's back in the studio, yeah.
Yeah.
And Christine James is in our newsroom.
What's that?
I think we got Christine and David back at the station.
Christine is in the newsroom. You're right.
Oh, we got to get up, right? We got to stand.
Yeah, we got to stand.
I'm going to
That's
let
the
everybody
deal.
here check in.
I am Tom Alexi.
Andy. Yeah.
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
Oh, wow, come on. Wow, so soon? So soon. She doesn't waste any time getting out on the campaign
No, she
stuff.
doesn't waste a minute. All right, everybody on your feet.
All right.
Get on your feet. All right. All right, I'm talking about you folks at home. You can do the same thing now. All right, everybody reach for the sky. And let's hear, I didn't say to do it yet.
Okay.
It's like playing Simon Says. All right, and let's hear a nice hearty, oi! Another one. One more. All right.
Woo! Way to go, team!
All right.
I'm ready to go now.
All right, everybody limbered up for the weekend?
Yes.
All right. You got the blood running through your corpuscles?
What is a corpuscle?
Oh, thank you, Jason. I didn't know you were around.
What is a corpuscle?
Oh, you can look it up in your
let Malcolm do the
biology
traffic.
book.
Malcolm, go ahead. $7:26. The South Shore's Morning News is out on tour. We call this the South Shore Morning Tour. Rob Hackler, Lisa Zizian, we are coming to you from Hingham today, Route 3A. So as you make your way up along Route 3A, coming out of Situate, Cohasset, Hingham, stop on by the gazebo here, right by the bathing beach. Lots of free stuff for you. We've got Simpson Spring bottled water. We've got Mary Lou's coffee and coffee cake, and the Coastal Heritage Prize Wheel. Lisa, we've got a special guest with us this morning.
Do you know Clay Chick? Do you know Chicky Sally?
How long? When did I meet you? I don't even remember now. It must have been
years back
it was
now.
years ago.
Yeah.
And there she is, the distinctive red hair, and of course she is a. How many children do you have?
I have 2 adult children.
Yeah.
David and Emily. David's serving the United States Air Force, and Emily just graduated from high school.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I know you're very proud of them. And tell us about yourself, because this is great. I know you have your own business, and it's very successful.
Thank you. It's successful because of our customers, and I would like to just say thank you to them, of course, first because that's what keeps us going. But we love our business. Clay Chick's a creative clay workshop for all ages, and we just specialize in creating memories more than anything, but we like to use clay, glass, canvas, ceramic, those kind of materials to create those memories and just special moments. And Lisa and I were talking earlier about the new baby and footprints and how important that is to capture those milestones.
Yeah, and taking time to slow down and do something like this. That's creative, that's artistic, and that's very therapeutic.
Very therapeutic. Totally. You can watch people's faces just relax and the stress just melts away when they come through our doors and sit down and get to engage. And
because it's not something you rush through. You don't go and say, I got to run out and make a clay pot. No. This is a labor of love. You spend your time, and it's so enjoyable. How long have you been doing this now?
So I started out of my home very long ago, it seems now, but about 14 years ago, and I've been in business down at Camelot Park. This is my 6th year, so we're having a birthday, so
yay!
Very excited about that, yes.
Well, you've been so generous in donating this amazing prize. It's a raffle prize today, so we're asking folks that are coming by, saying hi, to fill in their name for a chance to win. It's a week of mixed media workshops. Will you tell us
I sure
about
will.
that?
Yes, mixed media is so fun because every day we actually just do it 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, which really fits out perfectly. And the people who come, they don't have to come all 3 days. They can come once. So it's great for the families who don't want to be totally engaged in too much on their plates. But we use really fun projects. We have clay, ceramic. We do things that are trending. So we have Shopkins at the end of the month. We have blockbuster movies next week, which has some themes from the blockbusters that are this summer. So we use, as I said, clay, ceramic, canvas, and just create some fun projects. The kids usually do 2 a day, and it's really great just for a little taste of a camp experience, but not a camp.
Yeah, it's the perfect amount of time.
Really,
it's a couple of days. It's good to get exposed to what you do in a great environment. So it's Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. And how do people find you? Where can they maybe go online and learn more about what you do?
Yes, we're online, claychick.com, and you can actually register for all of our events online as well. It's very simple to do.
Good.
And it's really great. And I just definitely encourage you to come see us if you haven't yet. And we're very proud to win the Silver Award for the local Wicked Locals. That was pretty excellent for the best place for family entertainment. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, well, people can come down and see you as well today because you're here right now, so people can see you at the gazebo, and of course they should definitely come down and put their name in that paint can over there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great for ages 6 and up.
6 and up, yep. And we have a lot of adults events as well, and if you check out our calendar online, you'll see we're teaming up with some other businesses to cross-promote some fun things in the park.
729?
Thank you so
much for having me.
WATD.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour on 95.9 WATD. Now, from outside the gazebo near the bathing beach on Route 3A in Hingham, here's Rob Hakala and Lisa Azizian.
All right, and we are back. Let's hear it for the town of Hingham. This is great. This is the 3rd stop on our South Shore Morning Tour. We're going to be with you till 10 o'clock today. We are at the gazebo on Route 3A next to the bathing beach. You'll see us here in Hingham today. Come on in. We would love to see you. We've got plenty of free coffee and coffee cake. Thank you, Mary Lou's, Simpson Spring Bottled Water, and the Coastal Heritage Bank sponsoring that prize wheel. They're so proud of that. They put their name on it. Go spin and you are guaranteed to win something. It's all free today as we highlight the town of Hingham, Lisa. This hour of the tour is sponsored by Ophthalmic Consultants of Boston. They'll be here until 8 o'clock this morning here at the gazebo. You can learn more about them and how they can help your vision. EYEBoston.com. All right, Lisa, we're having a lot of fun learning a lot about the town of Hingham. We had a chance to learn about its history in the 6 o'clock hour. That was fascinating with a lot of number of great stories told to us. And in this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about town government and also more about just why Hingham is such a great place to live and to do business and to shop. And we've got the entire Board of Selectmen here with us this morning. I want to thank them for all coming out today. It is great to see the chair, Paul Healy, is here. Mary Power and Paul Gannon are all here this morning. Thank you guys all for coming out today. Much appreciated.
Well, thank you for having us here. It was a pleasure to join you on this cool Friday morning with the rain in the harbor. It's always been a beautiful sight, no less now.
That's great. And Mary, good to see you as well for coming out today. And it's just so fun here to kind of highlight the town of Hingham. That's what we like to do. For us, for Lisa and myself, we get to learn a lot about the town, and we'd love for you to share some stuff for our listeners as well. So Mary, since you get the mic right now, why don't you tell us how long have you been on the board?
I've been on the board just a little bit over 14 months.
14 months, but you've also been involved in the town for a while.
I was. I've had the privilege of serving in a number of volunteer capacities, including the Town Advisory Committee.
Tell us, what do you love about Hingham? This is where you are with your family. What do you love about this town, and why did you want to serve?
I wanted to serve because I think my husband and I, when we moved here 16 years ago, we realized that Hingham is so special because of the strength of all the volunteers and all the great people who work here, who have come before us. You know, this town is, we're almost 400 years old, and there's a tradition of service. And Hingham isn't a great town by accident. It's the result of a lot of hard work, and we understand our responsibility to play a part in that.
Absolutely, yeah, the people that have come before, and you're here to care about the future of the town ahead to make sure that it continues to be a great place to live. Let's bring in Paul Gannon. Tell us about how long you've been on the board and why you love Hingham.
Well, I've been on the board 3 years, and I served on the school committee prior to that. And one of the most important reasons why I came to Hingham was because of the family. It's a wonderful place to raise children. I have 2 daughters. They went through the school system. I wanted to, again, as Mary said, volunteer. We have an overflow of talent in this town in terms of volunteering and making this a better place to live for everybody. So being a member of the Board of Selectmen, I have a unique position to be able to do as much as possible to help folks, and my kids and family love this place, so we're very happy to be here.
That's great. And Paul Healy, why don't I have you tell us again, I know you're the chair, how long you've been on the board, and tell us why you love Hingham.
I'm starting my second term. I've got 35 years of service to the town. I've lived in town most of my life. I was raised here. I'm the oldest of 7. I have 5 children, all through the Hingham schools. So much of me is defined by this town. It's second nature. It's even hard to articulate the reasons, but my blood pressure goes down significantly when I come into the town after a hard day of work, so it's always good to be here.
Paul, what are you hearing most from the citizens, some of the issues that they want to bring to your attention?
Well, the primary issue that seems to be before us these days is the issue with respect to the water company acquisition, the development tool known commonly as the 40B, the comprehensive permit, preservation of the historic nature of this town, open space. Right now, very excited because we're engaged in an energized work in the harbor area. You can see it as you just simply look around you. We're putting some real effort into studying the Summer Street corridor so as to improve the transportation, both vehicular and pedestrian. The board, the volunteer committees that we have are second to none. I have to join my colleagues in saying that, the people that serve in government here are so highly motivated to make this town a better place. It's really a pleasure to work with my fellow citizens in that regard. So we have a number of initiatives that are ongoing. We continue to work through them. Some of them are easily resolvable. Some of them take years. And, just last night I congratulated a colleague for getting a project through that's 4 decades in the making, so that's where I am.
We're chatting right now with the Board of Selectmen in the town of Hingham. We've got the chair, that's Paul Healy. Also, Paul Gannon and Mary Power are here as well. I want us to talk about business in Hingham because, I guess, when we think about, obviously it's a great place to live, but obviously we want the businesses to do well and thrive. I didn't know if someone wanted to touch, because I think about Hingham's got a ton of great restaurants. You got the beautiful
downtown
Derby Street shops. So
the Shipyard, and then Derby. Yeah, there's so much here in Hingham.
Well, maybe Paul and I can take this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
As you think about Hingham, Hingham is a great destination. And several years ago, our town meeting authorized the passage of a meals tax. And what that has been able to do for the town, as all of these great restaurants have come in and the Shipyard has been developed, is that it has given us an alternative funding source to provide a lot of the services that people who live here want without without burdening the residential taxpayer for that. I think, with respect to some of the great businesses that have come in, they're businesses of all sizes. So, you have the South Shore Bone and Muscle Center down in the South Shore Park, where you have, hundreds of people that go through there every day. But then also down in the shipyard, you have space that is used for startups. So we have companies of all sizes. I think like with any community, we want to make sure that we're striking the right balance, as Paul said, between responsible development, but also making sure that we preserve the historic nature of the town, the open space, and many of the characteristics that have both drawn people like Paul Gannon and myself here, but have also allowed families like Paul Healy's to stay here for generations.
That's great. Yeah, that could be it must be a challenge of every board. You're right, to preserve why people decided to move here, but also to keep up with the growth, whether it be residential or business.
And just to add to that a little bit, one of the things that I've seen and we've been involved in, at least I know long before I've been involved in the Board of Selectmen, is our commitment to the harbor. To me, it's always been the jewel of the town. There's so much there, opportunity and in history. We were just here a few weeks ago with Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito receiving a grant for based on the proposals we have down here. We have a boathouse. Hopefully, it's going to go in with some type of concession. We've got work going on in Barnes Wharf. We're trying to make sure we can pull in as much activity for the folks in town, because we just have this great opportunity with Hingham Maritime Center and there's rowing and so forth. So there's so many good things. But one of the things we're trying to do is connect into the downtown. I mean, I've talked about business, so we really want to make this place thrive, and it's because when the business community is active, then it benefits the folks in town. So we're kind of looking at things all over the map, but the harbor is certainly a key focus for us.
All right, we've been chatting this morning with the board in the town of Selectmen. It is a great town, the town of Hingham, and it's going to stay that way because we've got some great leaders. That's Paul Gannon right there. Mary Power is with us as well in the chair, Paul Healy. Paul and Mary, thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you.
It's been great to have you out here today.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your day.
Have a great weekend.
You too.
It's what's new now. The South Shore's Morning News with Rob and Lisa on 95.9 WATD.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour.
Rob and Lisa coming to you from Hingham, Route 3A, and this hour of the tour is sponsored by Ophthalmic Consultants of Boston. You can learn about glaucoma and discover the many ways they can help your vision. EYEBoston.com, Ophthalmic Consultants of Boston. Well, one of our other great partners on the tour, in addition to OCB, is Mary Lou's Coffee. They have been there from the very beginning of the season as well, helping out in Kingston and Norwell. They're here in Hingham as well. And Deanna is with us this morning from Mary Lou's Coffee. I got it right this morning. I got it all wrong yesterday. She was with us in the studio, and I kept getting it wrong. And you were that's how polite you are. You didn't say, Rob. You keep getting my name wrong. What kind of host are you? But welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here again.
Yeah, so how's the action over there at the Mary Lou's tent?
Great. It's actually been pretty busy. I'm shocked because the weather's not too great, but we got lots of tents and the gazebo. And
yeah, we're covered here, so when you come and grab your cup of coffee, don't you worry, you're under the tent too, just in case it's sprinkling again. So I'm drinking the regular coffee, but is it true there's a coffee named Whoopie Pie, or tastes like Whoopie Pie, that you've got today?
Yes, we have Whoopie Pie and regular.
Oh wow! I got to try that. I didn't realize about that earlier. By the way, is there still any of the coffee cake?
Oh, there's plenty of coffee cake.
I was getting nervous.
Oh no, you can dig on in.
All right. So this is all free, courtesy of Mary Lou's. So again, we've got the coffee cake. They're right here. You just have to pop in. Route 3A, you're coming out of Situate, Cohasset. Just pop on in here and again, get your free coffee and coffee cake.
All right, and also, of course, you want to hit Mary Lou's online to keep up with all the great specials. Yesterday you were telling us about new flavors. So where can we go online to keep up to date with all that you're doing?
Well, you can visit us on Facebook and Instagram, and we also have a Twitter, so you can follow all the different events we're doing for the 30th anniversary, the 2 new drinks that we rolled out, the frozen hot chocolate and the salted caramel dream.
That's good as well.
And we're going to have lots of more products rolling rolling out throughout the year. And
excellent.
Yeah.
Deanna and the girls are here. They're ready to serve some coffee too. It's free. It's free. Come on by, grab some coffee cake, and say hi to Deanna and the team here this morning. Thanks so much for being a part of the day.
Thanks for having us again.
All right.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour on 95.9 WATD. Now, from outside the gazebo near the bathing beach on Route 3A in Hingham, here's Rob Hakala and Lisa Azizian.
Well, hello and a good Friday morning. The rain is not keeping us from our duties. We are here in Hingham for the South Shore Morning Tour. Good morning, everybody. Let's hear it for the town of Hingham.
Woohoo! All right, Hingham. Hey, we need the rain. It's not bothering us. We're here under the beautiful gazebo, right next to the gorgeous bathing beach. We're seeing some of the rowers go back and forth this morning.
Yeah.
Some folks out jogging, even had their dogs out earlier. It is lovely. We want you to stop on by. The prize wheel getting a lot of attention. And the class of 66, they're here. Yeah, hello.
Let's hear it for the Hingham High School class of 1966. They're getting ready for their 50th reunion, October 15th, 1966. What an amazing year that was.
You remember it well?
No, I don't.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
I didn't arrive till the 70s. Okay, but you guys are here as well. And by the way, if anybody knows anyone from the Hingham High School class of 1966, there must be a way to get in touch with you guys as well. You want to tell us that? How do you do that, by the way? Come on over here and just tell us quickly before we get into our special guest, because we might have somebody out there that knows someone from the Hingham High School class of 1966.
All right. Well, if you know anybody from our class, please have them call me, Dorothy Hutchins. 781-749-3565. We do have a website. It's kind of long. I don't think anybody would remember it, but if you call me, I'll provide you with that site, and it will give you all the information you need about our October 15th event.
All right, that sounds good. Give your phone number one more time.
781-749-3565.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, this hour of the morning tour is sponsored by our good friends at Road to Responsibility, and they're going to be talking to us more about exactly what Road to Responsibility is all about. You can come by and actually meet these dynamic individuals who are with us today, or go to roadtoresponsibility.org. And with us, we have the President and CEO, Chris White, is over there this morning. Chris, good morning to you.
Good morning, Rob and Lisa. Thanks for having us today.
You also have Rob Levers back with us, the Director of Communications. Rob, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. It's good to see everybody.
And Serenity Bello. Serenity, good to see you again. She's the Director of Development.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. We're really excited to be here today.
Oh, it's so great to have you guys out in Hingham. Okay, well, who wants to start first? Maybe, Chris, you can take this one. Tell us again, just for those of us that don't know listening this morning, Road to Responsibility, I've heard about it maybe, but what is it? What is it exactly that you do?
Road to Responsibility serves people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, primarily adults. We serve them throughout the South Shore and Southeastern Mass, providing them with homes, jobs, and therapeutic day supports. We get people into the community and living a full life.
How long has Road to Responsibility been around?
We've been around. This is our 28th year.
Wow, congratulations. 28 years, and not only is it sustaining, but in fact it is growing, and in fact there's some growth and maybe some opportunity.
We are growing by leaps and bounds, Rob, that in the 8 years that I've been there, we've grown by over 50%, and that's continuing now, especially in the autism world. We're in the process of building a new autism-focused home in Plimpton right now, and we're growing in terms of our employment opportunities for folks with disabilities, as well as in our other day programs.
People want to find out about those opportunities, the website?
Go to our website, roadtoresponsibility.org, or to our Facebook page. People can fill out an online application through our website, and if they just want to drop down to the corporate offices at 1831 Ocean Street in Marshfield down in Library Plaza, they can always come in and fill out an application and have an interview right then.
That is so great. Thank you so much. That's Chris White, the President and CEO, Road to Responsibility. Rob Lever, the Director of Communications. And we're going to be talking about, this is fun, Lisa, right? Fishing.
I know. Rob, have you been out on the water lately?
I mean, as you can see from my nice suntan, today when it's raining, today is the day I really want to be out, but we are here talking to you guys.
I know, he keeps looking over at the water.
Longingly. I know.
He keeps going, I want to be out there. Okay, so you love to fish, Rob. We love to fish. What does that mean?
Well, so at We Love to Fish, we are right along the lines of RTR's mission of making lives better, where we're trying to find that perfect day in the water for the individuals that RTR supports. And this year, we're really excited. We always talk about We Love to Fish here at RTR, but collaboration is really a big deal this year, where all of our social enterprises, myself at We Love to Fish, Express Yourself Enrichment Center, we are collaborating with a lot of other community organizations to spread the word, spread the mission, get people out in the water, get people in our programs that Express Yourself, and really it's a good way for people to understand the work that RTR is doing. So it's really worked out this year.
All right, Express Yourself. I heard you say that. What does that mean?
So at Express Yourself Enrichment Center, that is a program that's been around for a couple of years at Road to Responsibility. This year they're moving. They used to be pretty close to you guys over in Marshfield, but now they're moving down the way. They're on Ocean Street near Famous Pizza. They'll be opening their new location pretty soon.
Not a bad place to be, I imagine. Are we going out for lunch again? Yes, we are.
Well, when you guys come down, go to Express Yourself. It's a great place for the arts, and what we're doing there is they have a lot of community classes. What we're doing is we're integrating the individuals that we support with people through the community, through all kinds of classes, arts classes, music classes, and what it's doing is it's establishing relationships. Many of the individuals that we support, this is the first time they're getting out in the community and doing things, so this is a great way for them to get these relationships with other members of the community around them.
So these are classes I could sign up for. Anybody
Absolutely,
can sign up for.
Absolutely, you can. If you go to our website, roadresponsibility.org, there is an Express Yourself tab. You can go on there, and once they open, there will be a full schedule of all the classes that you guys can attend.
Great.
There is a little fee, $5 or $10, and that helps support the program.
Sure.
But it's a great way to get to know the people around you.
Okay. Rob, Serenity has some invitations here. I don't know if those are for me and for you, but...
She does. I will hand the mic to her.
Thank you very much, Serenity. That's very kind of you.
Oh, no problem. We would love for you to come down. We've got a number of things going on in the community, and we're really excited about. Probably the biggest thing we've got going on right now is our annual gala, the Making Lives Better Gala, which will be September 23rd at the Boston Marriott in Quincy. This is our biggest fundraiser event. We are going to have live and silent auction items. We're going to have a nice, lovely dinner. We're going to have an engaging speaker. It's going to be a really fun night. We're really excited about it. So we're in the middle of planning that, but yes, people are welcome to come buy tickets. Sponsors, all are invited. Please go to our website, roadtoresponsibility.org, and you will be directed to our event website to purchase tickets.
Oh, that's amazing. That's one of your signature events. So that would be great. So people should mark that down on their calendar now to reserve some time.
September 23rd.
23rd at the Boston Marriott in Quincy?
Yep. Okay. Right in Quincy, right at the Braintree Split.
Wow. Okay, so head on down there again to the website to find out more information and stay up to date. Also, while you mentioned you were talking about an open house at
We've got a few more events. We're busy. We're not just planning this gala. We are planning a lot of events. We are going with gusto. So yes, we have an open house. So for folks in the Taunton area or even in the region that would like to learn a little bit more about us and really see some of our sites up close, we have an open house on August 4th at our newest site in Taunton, which is in the Miles Standish Industrial Park. So the actual address is 125 John Hancock Road in Taunton. The open house is August 4th. It starts at 3:30. There'll be self-guided tours, networking opportunities, and a great chance to learn a little bit more about what we do and the people that we serve. So we're really excited about that.
Wow, thank you so much. We've been chatting this morning with Serenity Bello. She's the Director of Development, Rob Lieber, the Director of Communications, and Chris White, of course, the President and CEO, Road to Responsibility. And again, what is the website where people can get all this information?
So it's roadtoresponsibility.org.
Roadtoresponsibility.org. Get involved, and they're sponsoring our 8 o'clock hour. So if you want to come down and talk to these dynamic individuals, you guys are so passionate and love what you do, and it really comes through. So Chris, Rob, and Serenity, thank you guys all so much. Your morning tour on 95.9 WATD.
It's what's new now. The South Shore's Morning News with Rob and Lisa on 95.9 WATD.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour.
This hour of the tour is sponsored by Road to Responsibility. Their mission to provide the means, the opportunity, the support necessary to allow citizens with disabilities to take their place as productive members of the community. Visit them online, roadtoresponsibility.org. Well, we are in Hingham again, the South Shore Morning Tour, Route 3A at the gazebo, and we'd love you to come down. We have that Simpson Spring Water, we have the Mary Lou's Coffee and Coffee Cake, and Coastal Heritage Bank is sponsoring our prize wheel. Lisa.
It is, and it's so full of amazing prizes. You can win a lot of tickets when you pop on by today. Bob Marley tickets. Bob Marley, the comedian, coming to Memorial Hall in Plymouth August 13th. Buy your tickets at bmarley.com. South Shore Conservatory right here in Hingham, not far from here. They've got an amazing program tomorrow night. It's part of their Summer Spotlight series. They're celebrating 20 years. It's the music of Rodgers and Hammerstein at 7, sscmusic.org. Johnny Drama tonight in Plymouth. He's performing at Memorial Hall at 8 o'clock. A lot of great restaurant gift certificates as well. Legal Sea Bar, the Derby Street Shops, the Quarry Restaurant and Lounge, Marshfield Famous Pizza, and a lot of great prizes. Dave and Buster's gift certificates, Clean Team, We Print Today, Verk, Joseph's Garage, Mary Lou's gift cards as well. Of course, you want to grab that coffee while you're here too. And a lot of ATD swag, Rob. Those great T-shirts. I saw someone drinking out of their mug already.
That's great. I mean, talk about not waiting. You win a mug, you can start drinking out of that mug. That's how wonderful it is to see so many people. Yeah. And by the way, you are guaranteed if you spin, you will win something.
You will, and you can put your name in to win this mixed media workshop week at Clay Chicken Plymouth. This is $100 value.
$100 value. So.
Yeah, and it's a great workshop Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for the kids 6 and older.
All right, well, it is funny. It was so much fun. We're trying to pack in as many people into this gazebo. We got a little bit of rain right now in Hingham coming down, just as Rob Gilman predicted, pretty much around 8 o'clock it started. JT Frucci is with us. He grew up in Hingham, and of course, JT and I went to college. We shared a couple of years together over at Curry College in Milton, and JT is with us today. JT, good to have you coming out and joining us in this beautiful town.
Thank you very much. It's great to come here and see you guys broadcast from here, and it's a great day.
What do you love about Hingham, JT?
I just love the community, everyone that still lives here. It's a great close-knit group here, and it's right by the water. It's got everything like you said earlier, the Derby Street shops, the restaurants, the shipyard.
That's right, the shipyard, the downtown. So you really got a lot of distinctive areas in town where you can hang out. Bear Cove Park. I mean, just there's so much to go on and on. JT, you were mentioning you're doing something good, raising money. So why don't you quickly tell us about that?
Yes, actually, I'm doing the New York City Marathon in November 6th, and I'm running for Children's Hospital.
Oh, thank you.
I'm very excited. I'm raising $3,000, and if anyone would like to donate, you can go onto my Facebook page, look me up, JT Frucci, F as in Frank, R-U-C-C-I, and it's
you'll find them.
Absolutely, you will.
JT Frucci, that's F-R-U-C-C-I?
Yes.
JT Frucci, raising money for Children's Hospital because you're doing the New York Marathon?
New York City Marathon,
When's that coming up?
That's November 6th. So
November 6th.
I'm very excited.
Wow.
JT,
all right.
Thanks so much for coming by.
Yeah, great.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, and we'll be looking forward to hearing all about it coming up in November.
Thank you very much.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour on 95.9 WATD. Now, from outside the gazebo near the bathing beach on Route 3A in Hingham, here's Rob Hakala and Lisa Azizian.
All right, good morning, everybody. We are coming to you from Hingham. Let's give a big round of applause. Hingham, we are here. This is the South Shore Morning Tour. We do it on the final Friday of every month. We highlight a community. We did Kingston back in May, Norwell in June, and we're celebrating the town of Hingham. The rain can't stop us today. We're going to be here till 10 o'clock on Route 3A at the right near the bathing beach, and we are safely under the gazebo. It's very cozy. You can join us today here till 10 o'clock today. This hour of the tour is sponsored by our good friends at Road to Responsibility, roadtoresponsibility.org. Check them out. They're going to be sponsoring our whole 8 o'clock hour. They'd love to talk to you. Their gala's coming up in September, so come on down and see them. They got a lot of things going on. We have the free coffee and coffee cake from Mary Lou's Coffee. We have bottled water from Simpson Spring and the Coastal Heritage Bank prize wheel. Spin and win. You're guaranteed to walk away with something. And Lisa, we have a cupcake delivery here. Who is that over there right now?
This is very, very, very generous and very nice of you. Are you Deb?
I am.
Come on over. I'm sorry, my cord is a little short.
Yeah.
You're from Sadie Mae's here in town.
I'm the new owner of Sadie Mae's Cupcake Cafe.
So Sadie Mae's just reopened, right?
We did, in June.
Okay, and where are you?
We're located at 288 Main Street, which is in the same strip as Atlantic Bagel.
Oh, yes. Okay, got it. So Sadie Mae's Cupcake Cafe and Bakery. Little indulgences baked in a dedicated... Oh, it's peanut and tree nut free.
That's right.
And we offer gluten-free and vegan options also.
Oh, that's amazing. That's great. Lisa, your son can have one of those.
I know. I might tear up because it's not often I can go out and just freely buy a cupcake for my son who has tree nut allergies. So that's really great to know. And so we can find you right there, 288 Main Street and in Hingham, and online at SadieMaysCupcakeCafe.com. Deb, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks very much. Enjoy.
Deb, wait, before you go, tell us what's in here.
There are lemon over banana. This is chocolate over banana. This is red velvet. And this is vanilla over chocolate and chocolate over vanilla.
I want them all. I want them all.
They sound delicious.
Thank you, Deb.
Enjoy. Have a sweet day.
Thanks.
Have a sweet day. I got that. That was great, Deb. Give you a ring of the bell for that.
Very good.
All right, we're going to do a little what we're calling Chief Chat. This is great, where we team up the police and fire chiefs from the towns that we've highlighted. We did it. It worked out very well in Norwell. We had a lot of fun talking to the police and fire chief in Norwell when they joined us. This is kind of a little bit interesting here as well. We've got the fire chief, Bob Olson, with us, and the police chief, Glenn Olson. Well, they have the same last name. Are they related? In fact, they are, aren't they? Good morning.
Yes, we are. How you doing?
Doing very well.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so Bob and Glenn, you're brothers.
Yeah, we're brothers. He's the older one, but I talk more than he does. So.
You're hearing the voice of Police Chief Glenn Olson. Well, since you've got the mic, why don't we start with you? Okay, Chief Olson, just a little bit of a disturbing story in the news this week. I hate to start on that note, but let's talk about it. I mean, this was the teenager that had ingested the laced baked good, right?
Yeah, it's something that we're really worried about. It just seems that so many of these products are getting out onto the market. We're looking at a legalization bill in November, and I try to stay out of the politics of things, but I think we're concerned as a police department because of incidents like this. Obviously, these filter down from some sort of we believe from a medical marijuana lab, and they get in the hands of younger kids, and to them it's just like a candy, and they ate some, and they felt sick, and they ended up calling for a medical aid call and were transported to the hospital. So I just want to urge people that when they're considering the marijuana bill, look at the bill carefully and see what it's really all about, because I think it's going to be more complex than most people just think.
Yeah, there's still a lot of things to navigate, because this is pretty new really across the whole country. We're seeing a lot of this happening in different states and communities, and so this is kind of uncharted waters here.
Yeah, it is, and I think, we all sort of look to Colorado and see what's going on out there. And I'm not an expert on the subject, and all I can really do is try to educate the public. It's not for me to influence people one way or the other. But I just think that people just need to be very careful and really research things before they make a decision on what to do.
Well, let's talk about partnering together, not just as brothers, but here as counterparts in the town. How do you work together, the police department with the fire department, and what are maybe some of the initiatives that you're working on together?
We are very fortunate in the town of Hingham, and I have gone to many trainings in my 35 years. And during the discussions, we'll be there with police officers from other states or other areas, and our guys will make reference to how we do stuff with the fire department, and people will look at us and they say, "You actually get along with your fire department?" And to us, it's such a foreign thing, because as a group, we're doing the same jobs, basically, a little bit different, but we have the same goals, the same outcome. We want a better Hingham. We want to protect the citizens. And for us, it's just always been, we have guys that stop in and have lunch at the fire department. We're not sure if they're doing it's because of their cooking or not, but, here they make mean chili, I guess. And we bring them donuts, so we break even,
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win, exactly, yeah.
And Chief Olson from the fire department.
Let's bring in Bob Olson.
Yeah, how about the relationship and working together, and what are some of the initiatives, too, that you're focused on this year?
Well, two different questions.
Yes,
I'll just echo what the police chief said. I think it's a tribute to the town of Hingham and the way the leadership works. It's not just police and fire that get along, but it's all the different town departments. Fire department has to do emergency management, as well as the fire and EMS calls for the town. And you see this across the board in the town of Hingham, the cooperation between departments. I think it's encouraged by the leadership of the town. It starts with the Board of Selectmen and filters right down. I mean, I've been working here for 40 years, and I think it's one of the hallmarks that makes Hingham such a great community, is that cooperation. We've always had a good relationship with the police department. We always try to encourage doing activities together. We have an activity coming up this August, which is the Family Fun Day, which is actually a police kind of sponsored event, but the fire department has participated in that with vigor and for many years. And also with the DARE program when that was around, and a couple times in Hingham ran the summer camp. The fire department assisted the police in running the DARE camp on the final graduation day. We also work together in various other public safety things like the opioid task force that the town of Hingham has. Both police and fire are involved in that. So there are many examples that we have. We're currently involved with some of the domestic issues that the country has to face right now, an active shooter, and fire and police are working cooperatively to address those issues in the town as well as just general safety in the town buildings and things like that. It's been a very cooperative venture.
Excellent. We're chatting this morning. We like to call it Chief Chat with both the fire chief and the police chief, Fire Chief Bob Olson and Police Chief Glenn Olson with us this morning. Any other messages you want to get to the community before we say goodbye this morning?
Well, I just want to mention two things. Being a firefighter, I have to mention the fact that everyone should check their smoke detectors. A lot of things have changed in the fire service, and one of the things that has changed significantly is the rate of burn of the furnishings used in homes. That's actually accelerating, decreasing the amount of time that you have to get out of the home safely. So smoke detectors are very important, so please check your batteries. And I also promised Aquarian that I would mention that we are even though it's raining today and it feels nice, we are experiencing kind of drought conditions. So please, if you're having an outside fire, please have something available to extinguish the fire. It's very dry. And also, Aquarian, we've been talking about where we are in the drought and the water level in the water tanks, which does affect the fire protection for the town. So we may have to impose another level of water restrictions coming this week. It's just related to the drought conditions that are Mother Nature.
All right, and Police Chief Glenn Olson, final thoughts?
Hi. How you doing? I have to say, just so we don't get in trouble, hi, Mom.
Someone had to do it.
I need to make up points. He's always been the favorite. So. Oh.
Any messages for the town before we say bye?
Well, I think I would really like to thank everybody in the community. The past month or so has been sort of a tough going for police departments, and there's a lot of social unrest out there, and we understand that. And the community has really been great responding to us. The people are coming by, dropping stuff off at all the time, and usually our press officer, Steve Dirth, is constantly putting out photos of things that are being dropped off. And I just want to say thank you to that support for people to realize, and I think one of the things we're really trying to do is to continue the outreach with the community, get involved with the interfaith community, and hopefully keep these lines of communication open as we move forward. I think talking about these kind of problems.
Well, thank you for really everything that you do.
Thank you, both of you.
They both have very active Facebook pages, so you can learn more about what they're up to and keep in touch that way as well. So thank you both.
That's Police Chief Glenn Olson and Fire Chief Bob Olson, and again, they are brothers. And in fact, do you know this is? I mean, I imagine that's kind of rare. Do you know? Are you guys the only ones in the Commonwealth, or does anyone found that out?
I would say not in the Commonwealth. I think it might be a little bit more common in the western part of the state, but it is very rare in the eastern part, inside the 128 belt. So
there you go. Thank you so much.
It's what's new now. The South Shore's Morning News with Rob and Lisa on 95.9 WATD.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour.
8:56 WATD. This hour of the tour is sponsored by Road to Responsibility. Find out about their upcoming gala. Find out about their upcoming opportunities. RoadToResponsibility.org, their mission to provide the means, the opportunity, and the support necessary to allow citizens with disabilities to take their place as productive members of the community. We're talking today about the town of Hingham. That's where we are at the gazebo, Route 3A. We've got some rain coming down right now, but we're dry underneath the gazebo here. And joining us in this segment, we're going to talk with the town administrator. Ted Alexiadis is with us this morning. Ted, good morning to you, and thanks for coming out today.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Tell us, how long have you been the town administrator here in this town?
For about 6 years now.
6 years, okay. So tell us, what do you love most about Hingham? Why did you decide to take this position?
Well, I've actually worked for Hingham for 22 years. I was their financial officer before being a town administrator. And what attracted me to Hingham and what keeps me in Hingham is the people who are a part of the community that participate in the government. It's a very cooperative style of governance. There's about 200 volunteers that run the town, along with the employees of the town, myself, and the department heads. And it's a very collaborative effort. We get to meet a lot of interesting people who really know stuff about their town and what they want to do here. And it makes it very exciting.
There are so many businesses in Hingham, from retail to restaurant to corporate businesses. Is that a challenge as a town administrator?
Not really. The business community has been, remarkably supportive. A long time ago, long before I was here, 50, 60 years ago, the town, I believe, zoned itself very appropriately in that you see most of your business community on the peripheral areas of the town with what is needed in the inner areas of the town to service at a minimal level the residents. And so, by and large, it's laid out very well. But the businesses have been a very vibrant part of the community, understanding that they are a part of the community and it's not an us versus them.
What are some of the big issues you think facing Hingham going forward? What are some of those challenges?
Well, of course, the town has been grappling with the water company issue for many, many years, and has been looking at whether or not it wants to have private corporate ownership of its water supply or own it publicly through this cooperative process with the town volunteers and town employees. Right now, where we're sitting on the bathing beach and the gazebo overlooking the bathing beach, you can see some fence work over there where they've started securing the waterfront. And again, a plan that has been in place for people's ideas for several decades is starting to come to fruition, where we're going to create walking trails from one end of the beach all the way to the other end of the harbor. A lot of investment being made here by the town.
Ted Alexiadis is the town administrator in the town of Hingham. He's with us today. Ted, thanks so much for coming by.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour on 95.9 WATD. Now, from outside the gazebo near the bathing beach on Route 3A in Hingham, here's Rob Hakala and Lisa Azizian.
All right, here we are, 9 o'clock hour, coming to you from Hingham here on Route 3A. Sure, it's raining, but it is cozy under the gazebo on Route 3A next to the bathing beach in Hingham, and we're going to make it worth your while if you stop into the parking lot. Stop in today. We got a lot of prizes still on the Coastal Heritage Bank prize wheel. Simpson Spring bottled water is available. Mary Lou's coffee, and there still is coffee cake available. Lisa, I confirmed that. It is delicious. Mary Lou's coffee
also
cake.
Confirmed that, yeah.
I wanted to go and check. I waited until the 9 o'clock hour to get some, so I got some during the 9 o'clock news. Got myself the Mary Lou's coffee cake, and it is just delicious. So lots of great free stuff. By the way, too, there's also something that people can put their name in for, worth $100. It's a chance. Lisa, what exactly is the mixed media?
Yeah, so it's a week of mixed media workshops. These are workshops that happen Tuesday through Thursday at Clay Chick in Plymouth. You get to work on a variety of different projects with clay, with canvas, glass, ceramic, and wood. And Chicky Sally says, pack a lunch and dress for a mess. Yeah, she does. So you have a chance to win this workshop. It's a week of it. It's a $100 value. All you have to do is put your name in our paint can. That is it. So simple. Put your name in our paint can. Of course, on the prize wheel, too. We've got a lot of great tickets that you could win. Bob Marley is coming Saturday, August 13th to Plymouth Memorial Hall. bmarley.com. Buy your tickets there. South Shore Conservatory right here in Hingham. They've got a great show tomorrow night, the music of Rogers and Hammerstein. Saturday night at 7, Johnny Drama. He's going to be here tonight at Plymouth Memorial Hall at 8. Also a lot of great gift certificates too. Legal Sea Bar, the Derby Street Shops, the Quarry Restaurant, Marshfield Famous Pizza. Oh, and you could win a gift certificate to Dave & Buster's.
Oh, wow. That would be great. Okay. Yeah, the Dave & Buster's, they're in Braintree. So, again, a lot of wonderful things for you. So, if you're in the Hingham area, you can even bring the kids on down here. There's lots of great kids' prizes.
Yep.
They will have some fun. Maybe they can have some coffee cake if that's okay. Coffee for you. Maybe a bottled water, though. And there's nothing wrong with that. From Simpson Spring, it's delicious. So, come on down here today. We want to see you. We're highlighting and saluting the town of Hingham today. And also, we are giving you great, wonderful prizes. So stop on in. Route 3 as you make your way beyond the Rotary there in Stars. Pull on into the parking lot here near the bathing beach and the gazebo and see us today. We'll be here till 10 o'clock.
Yeah, a lot of some more gift certificates too on the prize wheel, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
Joseph's Garage. We've got gift certificates to Joseph's Garage.
In Norwell.
Yes, and Mary Lou's gift cards. Also, Verk, We Print Today, Clean Team, and of course the ATD swag. I mean, I think the people with the biggest smiles on their faces have won mugs and T-shirts and frisbees.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. There are a ton of great items. So come on down. Again, this is the final hour to spin and win. So we're going to see here till 10 o'clock today. And if you can't come in, at least give us a honk of that horn as you drive by on the radio. It's 95.9 FM. Drive by and honk your horn. It makes me very happy. All right, now, Lisa, we had one of our WATD road reporters come on by today. And she wrote you out a note?
Yeah,
what
Nina.
Does it say?
Well, road reporter Nina is stopping by. She wanted to say hi and to let folks know Hingham Harbor is beautiful in the rain, too. And this was a little while ago, she said, for folks traveling Route 123 north in Scituate and Norwell. Paving work continues. Account for 5 extra minutes for the detour. So thank you, road reporter. She's hard at work there.
Yeah, she wrote a very nice note.
Yeah, and she says, thanks, Rob and Lisa, for making commuting fun and information-filled. Oh, she's planning to buy tickets for Legally Blonde at the Company Theater. Also, she loves Rob Gilman.
Rob Gilman, if you're listening over there in the Weather Center, a big shout-out from Nina.
And Nina says, please keep letting us know about the water temperature. He mentioned mid-70s, so I plan to hit the beach this weekend, is what she says. And thanks to Christine James for keeping her well-informed. Great newscasts. So she wants folks to come on by. She says, I'm encouraging folks to stop by and say hi, grab their coffee cake from Mary Lou's. It's yummy. Have a great weekend. Oh, Nina,
thank you so much, Nina, for that note. I'm getting on Twitter from Patsy Way on Twitter at Patsy Way. It says, where can you get this T-shirt? Well, you can get it by going Route 3A in Hingham, and again, we're right here at the gazebo, so near the bathing beach, Route 3A in Hingham, right?
That's right, exactly.
So come on down Patsy Way wherever you are. If you're nearby, come on by and you can get a WATD T-shirt. Spin that prize wheel. All right, I want to thank our 9 o'clock sponsor, by the way, of the tour. South Hingham Veterinary Services is sponsoring the tour. In fact, they've got some information on the table here under the gazebo. If you're a pet owner looking for a new vet, you can stop by here this morning until 10 o'clock to grab some info about Dr. Jen Johnson and South Hingham Veterinary Services. Your pet deserves the best, and South Hingham Veterinary Services is here to give it to them. From wellness exams to dentistry to spays and neuters, they're your pet's best friend, and they are a sponsor of the South Shore Morning Tour here at 95.9 WATD. And again, I want to thank Dr. Jen Johnson and all the staff over at South Hingham Veterinary Services. I know business is doing very well. She's very busy over there, and we appreciate her for sponsoring our tour and for her dropping off some information. So if you come on by, you can pick that up as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming up in this half hour, we're going to be chatting with Dr. Dorothy Gallo, Superintendent of Schools here in Hingham. She'll be joining us shortly. Also, we'll be chatting with the friends of the Hingham Farmers Market. We're on their turf, Rob, technically. They are here on Saturdays just in the parking lot next door to us at the bathing beach. So we're going to learn all about the market, the Farmers Market, coming up this half hour. And also, Senator Patrick O'Connor joining us.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour on 95.9 WATD.
It's what's new now. The South Shore's Morning News with Rob and Lisa on 95.9 WATD.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour.
9:23, good morning. Thank you so much for being with us today. We are coming to you from the town of Hingham today. It is raining, but we're under the gazebo safe, and it is dry here, Lisa, as well. And we'd love to see you. Still plenty of time to come on down. We got someone over there right now who spun the prize wheel. I think just won a WATD t-shirt.
Yes.
So congratulations. Thank you for coming down this morning and for doing that and being part of our South Shore Morning Tour. Simpson Spring Water is available. It is absolutely free, and so is the coffee and coffee cake from Mary Lou's. All of this is free. It's our way of saying thank you for visiting us here as we celebrate and highlight the town of Hingham. We'll be here till 10. And we're talking all about the different areas of the town, Lisa, and of course one of them when it comes to, especially you as a mom of young children, when you think about where you want to live, where you want to raise your family, what comes up?
Well, schools, of course, and we're very honored to be joined this morning by Dr. Dorothy Gallo, Superintendent of Hingham Schools. Dr. Gallo, how are you today?
I'm very well.
Now, Rob, I don't know if you know this, but Dr. Gallo grew up here in Hingham also.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so it's must be an honor to serve the town now and where you grew up?
Yes, it certainly is. I was the oldest of 8 children, grew up here, went off to college, came back, and my first 2 years taught in Scituate and came to Hingham 53 years ago. So,
wow. So you have had ties to the South Shore pretty much through work and your life for
exactly.
much of your life. That's great.
Exactly.
So you knew right from an early age, too, that education was really your passion.
Honestly, that's not exactly true. I really didn't have aspirations to be a teacher. It was one of those things I sort of fell into. I majored in math in college, and I loved math, but I had a job lined up to be an actuary. Kind of happy now, 55 years later, that I didn't pursue that path. But
what could have been?
Yes, but there was an opening nearby, and they were panicked to get a math teacher, and I said, well, I'll try it for a while, and here I am, 55 years later.
Wow. Okay,
Wow.
that's actually a better story than. So you just you must have then. So your love developed over time.
Yes, well, I always liked math, so that was the original attraction, not so much the teaching. But when I was asked to fill in very last minute this position in Scituate teaching math, I had to go find books in the book room. I had to teach in 5 different classrooms, and I said, I'm going to do this for a month, but then I'm going to be the actuary. However, I really enjoyed what I was doing. I really loved it, and I didn't think that would be the case, but a month later, the principal said, well, I like what you're doing, and if you like it, I'll give you a contract, and that was the beginning.
Oh.
So never looked back, and can't imagine having done anything else with my life.
Wow.
And still doing it at age 77. I don't mind saying that on the radio, I guess.
Wow, that's just so amazing. Such a legacy. Well, talk about the Hingham school system, because it is right there at the top of the list when someone thinks about where they'd like to settle and raise their own family. And how have you seen Scituate, you said Scituate and that was on my mind, but Hingham. Yeah. How have you seen Hingham change over the years, the schools?
Well, I've been with the schools in Hingham for 53 years, and certainly there have been a lot of changes, and people always ask that, what's different?
Yeah.
And I guess I would say, you tend to think, well, kids are different, but not really. Kids need what they need to grow up and be healthy and be, productive citizens, and their hairstyles may change and the clothes they wear and, those kinds of things, but that's really not the biggest change. Certainly there are changes like technology that, you would expect someone to say over the years. I think for me, the biggest changes are around parents and parenting. You have different generations and great changes in terms of how parents raise their children. They still have the same kinds of hopes and aspirations that people did 50 years ago, but they see those playing out in different ways, and largely because of the world around them and their own experiences as children. So that really is the biggest change.
Are parents more involved? Is it very positive? Is it a detriment to be too involved? And what do you see?
Well, It's good for parents to be involved. Obviously, we need partnerships, and in Hingham we are very fortunate. Our parents and our PTOs and our booster groups and our Ed Foundation and our sports partnership group are tremendous supports and help us make the system the good system that we think that it is. I think that over the years, parents do have very high expectations. They for the schools, and that's fair. That's absolutely fair. It's the biggest budget in town, and they ought to get a good bang for the buck. But I think we've had generations where parents seem to be hoverers. You know, there was a phrase, helicopter parents.
Oh, no, we hear that
you know,
more.
so the newest phrase is not helicopter parents, but snowplow parents.
Snowplow? I don't know this one.
The
Yeah, what does
notion,
that
that
mean?
is a new one, and but that's the notion that all parents are protective of their children, and they don't want bumps and bruises, and they want people, they want their children to grow up feeling good about themselves and to grow up without obstacles that they may have experienced as children. That's a natural kind of thing.
Sure.
So this snowplow notion comes from the idea of pushing obstacles out of the way.
Oh, for them instead of
let me
maybe
clear the path for you,
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
However, we have wonderful parents in Hingham, and the level of involvement is excellent, just excellent.
Any changes this year, or any highlights rather? Let's start there. Highlights for the school year that had just ended that you'd love to talk about?
Well, the school year that just ended, of course, we've accomplished a lot. In the last less than 10 years, we have two brand new schools in Hingham, a new elementary school that opened in the 9-10 school year, and our new middle school that has been in operation for only 2 years. We have wonderful upgrades to our high school athletic fields. That's occurred over the last 4 or 5 years. So some really significant things. One of the things that will carry over into the next year is that we were able, after 11 years, to get a brand new reading adoption at the elementary level. That's at grades K to 5. So all last year we had teachers piloting books, 2 different text series, and they finally decided on one. So this summer we're getting rid of the 11-year-old materials and moving in the new materials and planning the training that we'll need for teachers. That's pretty exciting. The other thing that we accomplished last spring and will carry over into the new year is we have a brand new bus lease. So we're going to have 22 new buses. About half of those have already been delivered, and in fact today we're doing the inspections that need to happen to get them all registered.
Wow.
And so that's a pretty exciting thing.
All right.
School buses, that's great.
All I can think of is the wheels on the bus.
Yes.
Oh, because of your,
My
yes.
son's.
Your son is here as well. It's good to have Evan. Well, Dr. Gallo, it's been great to have you in the program today to kind of highlight the Hingham schools. And obviously, do you feel proud of, of the state of Hingham schools where they are today from your leadership? And I imagine you've got a great number of staff and teachers that make this all work so well.
I'm very proud of what we do here in Hingham, and we've accomplished a lot. And I say we because it takes more than just one person to be what we are. I always think about 3 things as important when I talk about Hingham schools and why we have such a good product. One is staff at all levels. We have wonderful staff. They're highly qualified. They're caring. They're well-trained and well-supported in the community. The second thing is that we have a K-12 look at curriculum. We have departmental directors in all the major areas so that we have consistency among the elementary schools and a vertical consistency as well. And the third thing is something we already talked about, and that's the support of the community. And whether that's individual parents or it's the various groups, booster groups and PTOs and school councils, or it's bigger organizations that specifically support us like Sports Partnership and the Hingham Ed Foundation. So we are really very fortunate. And I like to think we're a team, and I think most of the people that work with me are a team as well, and we're peers and colleagues, and that results in good things for kids. And I think that's what we offer, good things for kids.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Dorothy Gallo, Superintendent of Schools here in Hingham, has been with us. An amazing career here in Hingham. And thank you for everything that you do for the students here.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour on 95.9 WATD. Now, from outside the gazebo near the bathing beach on Route 3A in Hingham, here's Rob Hakala and Lisa Azizian.
Yes, here we are, final minutes, 23 minutes thereabouts. We'll be here in Hingham. We do this on the final Friday of every month. We highlight a community on the South Shore, and we started out in Kingston back in May. We did Norwell in June, and here the final Friday in July, we're highlighting the town of Hingham today. It may be raining, but we're under the gazebo here on Route 3A next to the Hingham Bathing Beach, so come on down and see us. Still plenty of great prizes. The Coastal Heritage Bank prize wheel is available for you, plus Mary Lou's coffee and coffee cake and Simpson Spring Water. This hour of the tour is sponsored by Dr. Jen Johnson, South Hingham Veterinary Services. Your pet deserves the best. South Hingham Veterinary Services is here to give it to them. From wellness exams to dentistry to spays and neuters, they're your pet's best friend. They're a proud sponsor of the South Shore Morning Tour here in 95.9 WATD. Thank you, Dr. Jen Johnson, and your great staff. Some information is available here right under the gazebo. Lisa.
So we're here, rain or shine, for our morning tour every Friday during the summertime, the last Friday, I should say, of the month. And someone else that's actually right here, rain or shine every Saturday, is the Hingham Farmers Market. And Mark Cullings is with us. Mark is the president of the board of directors of the Hingham Farmers Market. We're on your turf today, Mark.
Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you for coming out today.
This is a special day. It's raining. And in this particular summer, and how it relates to the farmers market, we know that farmers trying to get their goods to market are they're under stress because of the drought. So it is really lovely to see a little Mother Nature's precipitation coming down. I would hope for more, but before we talk about the farmers market, if you don't mind, when I walked onto the bandstand here and saw Dr. Gallo sitting here at the mic, it made me smile. I just told her I've known Dottie Gallo, since 1982. I was on the school committee for 12 years in the 80s and early 90s, and I don't think I know that there are people who do appreciate what Dr. Gallo has meant for this town, but when I met her, she was the head of the math department, and we were in declining enrollment, and it was budgetary stresses, and we had to lay off some positions, and she just absorbed positions that were otherwise going to be needed to be filled. And and I've just watched her work. An amazing foot soldier at that time for the Hingham Public Schools, and then to see her move into assistant superintendentship and then superintendent of the schools for so many years. I couldn't be prouder of her, and she's one of the great assets of this town.
Yeah, because it's hard to fill that position, and Hingham, you're right, is lucky to have someone so talented and to be in that position, and so lucky to have her for so long.
And she's a patron of the Hingham Farmers Market too. So we see her every Saturday. So.
Oh, that's great.
All right.
But this works out well. Okay.
Your readers can't see this, but if you turn around and look out at the parking lot where we meet, you'll see a pond of water.
Yes.
And that is one of the charming characteristics of that parking lot. There's a depression that collects water every time we have the slightest shower. So tomorrow morning at between 6:30 and 7:30, there will be several of us out here moving that water away. And that's,
for the Saturday market. Saturday market. And that opens at 10 a.m. on Saturdays?
Yes, we run every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. from the first Saturday in May until the last Saturday before Thanksgiving.
And the Hingham Farmers Market, is it the third oldest market in Massachusetts?
So we're told. We are celebrating our 40th year of operation, but the current market, the way the current market looks, really began with a conversation that about a half dozen citizens of the town, and I was part of it, I just happened to be part of it, in the fall of 2006, when there were about 5 vendors total. And the citizens thought that there was an opportunity here to get involved and insert some leadership and some new energy. So now we have 40 vendors.
Wow.
It is a very, it's a very exciting market.
It's very diverse.
It is very diverse. It is an agricultural and horticultural focused market. There are some artisans. They are strictly limited to 5 per market session. But our focus is on food, and our focus is on agriculture. Massachusetts used to be an agricultural community. Hingham used to be an agricultural community. So part of the motive of getting involved and inserting the energy into this market is to remind people where their food actually comes from, to actually talk to the farmers, because they are here and they're the ones who are selling the produce, the fruits, and the vegetables. And everything comes from the neighborhood. When I say the neighborhood, everything comes from central to eastern Massachusetts.
Amazing. So anything from seafood to fruits and vegetables. There are artisans there that make their own Mediterranean food and make their own sauces and breads and just about everything that you'd need to put on your table for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Well, we think so, and there are a couple of things. Many, as I say, the focus is on, it's a farmer's market. So what we want very much is to promote agriculture and the farmers who are producing our food. And secondarily are the processed food products that we have that are small businesses.
Right.
And so the farmers market is very much an enterprise zone. We have people coming to us all the time with ideas. They have a product that they think is great and want an opportunity to put it in front of the public. And a free enterprise system that we live in, it's wonderful. If people love the product, they come back and the business is successful. If not, well, it's not so much, and they move on and try something else. So it's been a very interesting and exciting.
Well, another great facet to this amazing town of Hingham is the Hingham Farmers Market. HinghamFarmersMarket.org is the website, but better yet, come here on Saturdays. Saturdays all the way through the middle of November from 10 to 2, rain or shine. You can head to the Farmers Market tomorrow. Mark Collings, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you, Mark, for coming on this morning. It is 9:44 on the South Shore's Morning News. We're the South Shore Morning Tour today, coming to you from Hingham and the gazebo, the bandstand on Route 3A. Got some rain, but it's dry underneath here, and we have prizes to give away from the Coastal Heritage Bank prize wheel. Plus, also, don't forget, we have free Mary Lou's coffee and coffee cake and some Simpson spring water. 95.9 WATD, the South Shore Morning Tour.
It's what's new now. The South Shore's Morning News with Rob and Lisa on 95.9 WATD.
This is the South Shore Morning Tour.
This hour is sponsored by South Hingham Veterinary Services. Don't forget, Dr. Jen Johnson, South Hingham Veterinary Services. Your pet deserves the best. South Hingham Veterinary Services is here to give it to them. Lisa, it's easy, and we're here for a couple more minutes as we're here till 10 o'clock today, right under the gazebo. It is dry here despite the rain. We're having a great time in Hingham. It's been wonderful so far.
Yeah, it's been great to see everybody come out. It's been great to learn about Hingham past, Hingham present, and the future of Hingham. Thank you so much to everybody that's come by today to make it possible.
In this segment now, State Senator Patrick O'Connor, Plymouth and Norfolk District. He represents the town of Hingham in the State Senate. He's taken some time to come on down to be with us on this rainy Friday morning. Senator, good morning.
Rob, Lisa, thank you for having me on once again. I joined you in Norwell earlier this year on the summer tour, so thank you for having me again.
Yeah, thanks for coming out today. And again, Patrick, how long again have you been on the job now? This is still fairly new in this position.
It is. Since May 18th, I've been the state senator representing the 8 great communities that make up the South Shore, Weymouth down to Duxbury, and it's been an absolute blast for the past 2.5 months being able to represent communities such as Hingham.
Well, when it comes to public service, though, you're no stranger. You've been certainly doing a lot for Weymouth over the last several years. How long, in fact?
Yeah, I got in. I ran when I was 20 years old, got elected at 21 years old to the Weymouth Town Council, the city council, so to speak, and I've been there for 11 years. So, came up in municipal government, then started working for Senator Hedlund up at the State House, and was honored to be elected on May 10th to represent this beautiful community.
All right, so tell us, since you've been on the job, what are you learning? What are you experiencing? What's going on in the district?
A lot. We're actually going to be in formal sessions tomorrow from 10 a.m. to midnight, and again on Sunday from 10 a.m. to midnight to try and finish up the state budget as well as some other priorities. But just traveling through the district and being able to accomplish so much in such a short period of time. $700,000 we just recently received for right here in a grant from the Seaport Advisory Council to build a new bathhouse and snack facility. So we've been able to do a lot. It's been an amazing experience. I look forward to wrapping up some of the stuff on Beacon Hill and getting back to the campaign mode as we have to get back into it. But it's been unbelievable being able to meet people, being able to help people, being able to work for this district. It's truly an honor.
Yeah, some people, they would say, oh boy, another election, another campaign. But this is kind of the way it had to be, because we knew that Bob Hedlund, of course, had held this seat for a long time successfully, and it was his desire to run for mayor of Weymouth, and he did win in that position, and so that's why we had the opening, and you won that election. But we're coming up in the fall, and that means another one, right?
Yeah, we knew what we were getting into when we decided to run, and we're just going to go out there and do the same thing we did last time, which is bring a positive message to the district that there's so much potential and optimism that's going on right now throughout the entire South Shore, so much development going on, how there can be more jobs created and more local aid being brought back to the cities and towns, and that's what we're trying to do.
Any messages, any final messages you want to get out to the community, or anything that you need from the community?
No, I think it's more what the community might need from us, to please use our resource as our office as a resource. Our number up at the State House is 617-722-1646. If there's anything that you need help navigating state government, an issue in the district, a constituent issue, a personal issue, give our office a call. We're here to help. That's what our job is.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
State Senator Patrick O'Connor. He represents the Plymouth and Norfolk district, including this town of Hingham, which is part of the district. And we'll be hearing more from Patrick O'Connor, no doubt, as we head towards the fall and the upcoming debates that you'll be hearing from the WATD newsroom. Lisa, we got some about 5 or 6 minutes here. Some final thoughts. What do we want to do here?
I'm going to actually pull a winner right now for the Clay Chick. Thank you again, Chicky Selly, for providing this week of mixed media workshops at Clay Chick in Plymouth. It's $100 value, and this is great for kids ages 6 and up. And I want to say congrats to Christy from Whitman. She was our lucky winner this morning. Yay, Christy! I will get in touch with you, and this is fantastic. And thank you to Clay Chick, to Chicky Selly, claychick.com for this amazing raffle today.
Oh boy, so much fun! I'll tell you, you want to thank maybe some of those sponsors for the prize wheel before we go away. Coastal Heritage Bank, thank you for sponsoring our prize wheel.
Yeah.
And I think the Mary Lou's girls, did they pack up already?
Yeah, they're still over there. They're over there.
Mary Lou's
thank
girls
you,
there?
Mary Lou's.
I can't see them anymore.
I know, because they're under the tent.
Mary Lou's.
But thank you to the South Shore Conservatory for the tickets for Saturday night's performance of music of Rodgers and Hammerstein. Memorial Hall hosts some great concerts, Johnny Drama tomorrow night, and Bob Marley coming August 13th, bmarley.com. Also, some great gift certificates we were able to share today from Legal Sea Bar at the Derby Street Shops in Hingham, the Quarry Restaurant and Lounge, Marshfield Famous Pizza, Dave and Buster's. Also, gift certificates for Joseph's Garage, Mary Lou's, Verk, We Print Today, Clean Team. Thank you, National Geographic and the Smithsonian, for the kids' book packs. And also, maybe today you won a T-shirt or an ATD mug or a Frisbee, because that's the ATD swag on our prize wheel. And thank you, Mary Lou's, for everything that you do and for helping power the 2016 morning tour. She knows you.
Oh, wow. Deanna, this is great. I love this coffee cake. Sweet. Okay, this is delicious. You guys have a fun time or what?
Oh, we had a blast. We can't wait for the next stop in Hanson.
Yeah, that's right. Coming up at the end of August. And thanks for being amazing partners. We love having you here.
Give a big shout out to Mary Lou's and your staff as well. We want to thank all of Mary Lou's, because we want to thank Deanna. And of course, let's give a big shout out to the other big team members, including who else do we have?
Christy and Pam was helping us.
Woo! Oh, yeah.
Thank you, girls.
Thank you, Pam. Great job. All right, well, thank you so much. And don't forget to try the frozen hot chocolate and something with caramel.
The salt caramel.
Okay. I got it right. Go over to Mary Lou's. All right, they got 39 locations. All right, right? 39?
About to be 39.
About to be 39. Don't forget the new one in Rochester and Easton.
Yes.
All right, look at that. Huh?
Some of it he retains. That's great.
It's good and bad. I've got my good and bad moments. So thank you so much, Deanna. All right, have a great weekend. We'll see you in Hanson, okay?
Thank you. We can't wait.
Thank you. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming out today. We have had a blast here in the town of Hingham. It has just been absolutely amazing. Great turnout despite the rain. So I want to thank you so much for everybody that stopped by. And I want to also thank our sponsors as well. We want to certainly thank all our sponsors that made this possible, including the committee to elect Anthony O'Brien to the Plymouth County Commissioner. Anthony, thank you so much. Ophthalmic Consultants of Boston, Road to Responsibility, South Hingham Veterinary Services, Mary Lou's Coffee, Simpson Spring Water, Coastal Heritage Bank for sponsoring the prize wheel. On site this morning, we want to thank our engineer, Larry Nelson, engineering assistant, Ryan Stanton, and prize wheel assistant, Sandy Rollick from our sales department, also the director of the prize wheel, Joyce Henderson from our sales department, social media director, Mario Reed. I want to thank Christine James, our anchor, back at our WATD newsroom in Marshfield, and also our board op and master control, David Wolfson. Also, thank you so much, Chris Dolan, for coming by as well from Hingham. I want to thank you so much for coming by and filming some of this as well. We should mention that.
Thank you, Chris.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Chris Dolan, for coming by and getting the shots here. Thank you so much for joining us. Stop 3 of our South Shore Morning Tour. Our next stop is the town of Hanson on Friday, August 26th. Thank you to my co-host, Lisa Azizi, and I'm Rob Hackala.
Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you in Hanson.
Bye. Thank you so much, Hingham. Have a great weekend, everybody.